The principle at work in this little workshop is channel partners, heal thyself. Okay? So we want to encourage you guys to be offering advice to each other, asking questions of each other, asking questions of Andrew, who, as you'll see, is going to be very forthright in many of the challenges that he faced as his company went through this basic structure. And this is the basic structure of the white paper. Part one of the white paper. It's a three-part series. We're going to focus on part one because, as Ryan suggested at the very beginning of this meeting, that this topic is so big that we want to take it one step at a time. And it really is. We want to look at, the Atel communications live case study. We're going to look at managing the part one of a business transformation. And that's a whole lot of pre-planning and analysis more than anything. And then we're going to learn from each other. Okay. With that, I want to introduce Andrew. And Andrew, we're going to sit here in front of this group.
I thought maybe I would sit on the side so I don't like the shadows.
You know what we're
Yeah.
going to actually, what we should probably do is when you guys get into the conversation, we'll just turn the projector off for a little bit.
Yeah, that's fine.
So it's not.
We're ready.
Are you ready? Okay.
I'm just going to begin with a really, really brief introduction of Andrew. He is the Vice President of Telecommunications, which is a 33-employee, $10 million in revenue a year, telephony services company right here in San Diego. And Andrew has been there since about 2001?
2002.
2002.
About 11 years.
Okay. And he's actually been through not one, not two, but three, I would call them inflection points. And
As a company, the residual income today represents about 25% of the total income of the company. So we have about 500 customers that are under contract with carriers for different services. And we have the whole process now in place of maintaining our existing customer base, trying to control churn, trying to renew our customers. We have a support group in our telecom department of managers who manage existing customers and managers who manage installation of new services. We have a good customer base with Simple Signal. We do have another partner that owns a switch, a company called Phoenix Soft, and we've done some deployments with the U.S. Navy here in San Diego Spaywar for about 500 seats. And so we brought them in because the military wanted to have the switch on their premise. They don't want to actually have somebody host their stuff in the cloud. So it's kind of a hybrid thing. So we run into all these weird situations where we have to kind of adjust our business plan to meet the customer's needs. I mean, we're very flexible that way.
so I want to ask you about this. Number one is that this, according to our previous discussions, is probably your third rev of the business since you've been there.
Yeah.
Right? What was different about this rev than the previous two?
We now are committed 100% to the convergence of IT and telephony. We understand that the carriers, many of them, are selling products that they may or may not, I'm not really a big fan of the carriers hosted products, but they may or may not work well, but they're out there and they're trying to compete with us for our own customers. That was a rule in our industry. The carriers never sold the phone equipment to our customers. Okay, now that's all gone. Everybody is selling everything to our customers, and if we're not out there telling our customers, we're still here and we're a better solution for you, they're going to go somewhere else.
All salespeople in all businesses are going to need retraining, given the business processes and technologies are coming in marketing and sales automation. Right? So talk about how you had to retrain sales, what happened there. Did you have to let anybody go?
We did have a little bit of turnover. One guy in particular didn't fit, and he just left kind of on his own. But we have 2 salespeople who sell carrier services full-time. So these are telecom people. And we have 3 salespeople who sell equipment full-time. And they both cross over. Every equipment sale usually has a carrier component to it. We're really finding that customers are upping their internet bandwidth, as we talked about before. And so as you sell customers these products and you layer on applications on top of the phone system and the computers, and you come to a customer and say they need more bandwidth, we have to be able to understand what the different bandwidth requirements are. So the bandwidth utilization reports that we get from the carriers are very important. We can do an assessment. We use Wireshark. We use any tool that we can get to determine what the proper configuration is for our customers. And then, as far as training goes, we get tremendous resources from our partners. So the carriers, and I can say we're a great partner with Windstream, Telepacific. We've really jumped in with AT&T in the last 2 years. AT&T is a tremendous partner for us. Dave Gilbert talked about AT&T announcing that they won't pay commissions to any agents for POTS lines or DSL. Any analog product is out. And AT&T has told me that within the next 5 years, they will completely divest themselves of all old technology. They're going to be strictly fiber and bonded T1 to all of their customers. And so they have tremendously discounted their fiber. I mean, if I can get fiber to a customer, I'm selling 10 meg fiber for $700. I mean, I used to sell T1s for $700. You know, I sold 100 meg fiber to a customer for $1,400. 100 megs. And this isn't DSL, this isn't cable, 100 meg, 10 meg. This is a true 100 meg up and down. The story that Atel has to tell, being in business for 30 years, being a local company. I mean, when I talk to a customer, I say, look, if you buy this product from me, we're going to send out our own technicians, we're going to install the product, we're going to hold your hand, we're going to teach you how to use it, we're going to come back out, we're going to be there for you for the life of your account. And if you buy a product from Ring Central, or if you buy a product from 8x8, they're going to ship you the phones and go, here's a WebEx, call me when you're ready to plug them in. That's a big difference to our customers. I think what's missing in this whole transition of convergence into the cloud is the personalized customer service that you get from a local company like Atel. One of the questions that you asked me about how we look at ourselves in the marketplace, okay, there are most of the other companies that were interconnect, VAR, phone equipment guys have either gone out of business or merged with somebody else. In our marketplace, I mean, we used to have Standard Tel, we used to have Intertel, which is now Mitel, we used to have Nortel, which became Lucent. I mean, all these companies have merged or gone out of business or basically, you know, gone a different direction. We are one company in our marketplace in San Diego and Southern California that's still there, that's made, I think, a good attempt at being both a traditional PBX company and a new technology company.
Andrew, I know that Atel has been in business for 30 years. If you had to look into your crystal ball, how many employees will Atel have in 5 years and 10 years? And 5 years and 10 years with those numbers of employees, what will you be selling? What products will be bringing in the margin?
I don't even know if I'll be there in 5 or 10 years. I hope so, though. Again, what I think is going to happen in our industry is it's truly going to go from hosted to cloud to virtualization. So the virtualized server, the virtualized desktop, or people that are running products like Microsoft Link, but they don't actually own it. It's all really hosted in the cloud by the provider. You can have a really cool hosted Microsoft Link integrated product today from Simple Signal. I think that's where it's going to go. There's a big push nowadays to sell through researching your customers on the internet. So, you know, before you go see a customer, you're going to look up their website, you're going to look them up on Facebook, and you're going to look them up on LinkedIn, you're going to find out all about them, right? You go to the customer, you show up, you say, look at all these great things I know about you. And Our tactic is more solution selling and relationship selling, which is kind of old-fashioned, but it's really something that we push with our salespeople. And so our salespeople, and we have a really cool process, because what our salespeople, all they have to do is go to the customer, ask the right questions, and we teach them what questions to ask about their future technology needs. Have you considered the cloud? Do you know what the cloud is? Have you considered this? Have you considered that? And they gather all this information, and then they come back to the office and sit down with me and Steve, and we strategize how we're going to present our product. It's very interactive between us and our salespeople. Then, if it's a good size sale, I mean, I'm not going to go out on every 10-phone deal, but if it's a good size sale, either Steve or myself will go with them and help them close the deal. So we've got that kind of, closer expert mentality that we add to the process.